Hey, crafty friends, we're gonna do a little fake baking. That is Crayola modeling clay. I found it was cheaper to order it on Amazon than Hobby Lobby. So it comes in 4 packages just like this in that one container. And I have found that each package made about 3 to 4 cinnamon rolls, depending on how big you wanted them. So I just kind of took a chunk of it and I'm warming it up in my hands and rolling it around. I made quite a few of these for a craft fair last Christmas, so I found the easiest way was to roll it out and get the roll about 1 inch thick. And that made a pretty good sized cinnamon roll. So I would roll it out and then I took a miniature rolling pin and I would flatten it out. You can use whatever you have. I, of course, had that right there in my paintbrush supply. Then we're going to start rolling it. And when I roll it, I did it at a diagonal. And that helped the center of my cinnamon rolls pop up to make it look a little more realistic. So when I go to actually mold them around in my hands, I could push them down. So I kind of touched all the centers and I'm pushing it down in the center and pulling it at the base at the same time. So pushing it down and pulling it out with my fingers that were underneath it. And then smoothing every one of those little rungs just to give it more of a realistic look. So once I got them all done, I used my grunge mixture. That is instant coffee that I buy from the dollar store. Cinnamon, cloves, orange extract, vanilla extract, and it stays in my fridge. I ended up doing 2 coats. 1 coat was not quite as dark as I wanted it. And I do a really heavy on the instant coffee and the cinnamon, so you see some of those speckles in the cinnamon roll. So 1 coat, let it dry, and then I did another coat and let it dry. Now with Mod Podge, I'm going to use the same cinnamon and instant coffee, but I'm going to be strategic about where I put it. I am putting my Mod Podge where I want this to go, just to look like more of a cinnamon roll. This is a little tedious, but I tell you, doing it this way, it comes out fabulous looking. Definitely more realistic, but it is time consuming. And this will dry clear, so you won't see the white. So I'll sprinkle my coffee on, and then I'll sprinkle my cinnamon on. And I got a little heavy, so then I just dump it off. Still too heavy, so I brushed it off. But I want to make sure all of my Mod Podge is covered. And then we'll get into our next one and make sure, do it the same way. So I'm showing you how I did the second one. I sped it up a little bit. So it was fun to do these all in batches. And here they are. I'm going to let them dry overnight. Then we spray them with a clear coat. Any clear coat will do. This is just to keep all the stuff on top on them. And then I used white puffy paint for icing. Happy crafting.